During a hike through the desert, this person took a picture of their friend, capturing her in her full gear. They had been hiking alone for several hours when the photo was taken. Nothing seemed unusual at the time. When they finally reached their destination, they shared the photos with friends and family. That's when someone noticed something they hadn't. In the background of one image, partially hidden behind the bushes, a man appeared to be standing there, watching. They did not remember seeing anyone else on the trail. The area was remote, with no nearby roads or campsites. To this day, no explanation has been given for who the man was, how long he had been there, or what his intentions might have been. Fortunately, the two women were unharmed, but the photo still gives them the chills. A video posted on TikTok shows a hiker traveling deep in the Mojave desert, several miles from any town. The area appears completely empty, with no signs of people, tracks, or wildlife until this happened. After hearing a scream, the hiker runs off, unable to see anything that could have made the sound. It felt out of place and unsafe. More than 300 piles of cremated human remains were found scattered in the desert near Searchlight, Nevada. The discovery was made on July 28th, about 1 hour from Las Vegas. Investigators confirmed the ashes were human remains. Many piles contained cable ties and broken urn pieces, items commonly used by funeral homes. None of the remains had identifying details, making it difficult to trace them to families. About 315 sets of ashes were later recovered by Palm mortuaries and placed into individual urns. Authorities believe the remains were illegally dumped by a funeral home. The investigation is ongoing. Reddit user Maria Rosie 555 was parked near a deserted house known locally for strange activity. She and her friend stayed inside the car with a spirit box. The device began giving disturbing responses to simple questions. Soon after, they heard a tapping sound at the back of the car and recalled seeing a shadow move past the rear. They took a photo to see if anything appeared in the image, and it showed a pair of glowing eyes. From inside the car, they scanned the area with a flashlight from all sides but found nothing. No one was around. Feeling unsafe, they left the area shortly after. In May 2025, what was meant to be a simple camping trip turned into a tragedy. Two Arizona high school students, 18-year-old Pandora Kjolsrud and 17-year-old Evan Clark, both students at Arcadia High School, set out for a day trip to the Mount Ord area of the Tonto National Forest. They left on May 25, 2025, planning to return the next day, but they never came back. After the teens were reported missing, a search was launched. On May 27, 2024, their bodies were discovered near a campsite in the remote Mount Ord area. The scene immediately raised serious concerns, and investigators began working to piece together what had happened during those missing days. Evidence collected from the area, including DNA, eventually led authorities to 31-year-old Thomas Brown. Investigators say his DNA was linked not only to the victims, but also to their vehicle and items found nearby. Brown was arrested and now faces 2 counts of first-degree murder. He is currently being held on a $2 million cash-only bond as the case moves forward. What began as a routine outdoor trip ended in a devastating loss. This woman, known as Jade Yu, was hiking through a wide stretch of open desert when she spotted something unusual. A large cooler. It was lying alone in the sand and looked completely out of place. Curious, she decided to open it, and was immediately shocked by what she saw. Bones were inside the cooler. In dry desert regions, abandoned items like this are sometimes linked to serious incidents. Because of that, she contacted the non-emergency police line. A deputy arrived and inspected the cooler. Based on what was visible, he believed the remains were animal, not human. No official follow-up ever came. Later, a forensic anthropologist reviewed the footage online and confirmed the bone was not human. A man was in a remote desert area of the Arabian Peninsula when he saw what he believed was an Abu Fanu.
هذا الربع ابو فانوس، هذا ابو فانوس، شفتوه اللي الشير هذا ابو فانوس، واضح ابو فانوس. شوفوا الحين يبدا يختفي، شوفوا بدا يكبس، شوفوا يختفي، شفتوا؟ شوفوا هذا موقع ابو فانوس الحال غير المواقع الاستراحات. شوفوا اختفى، شوفوا بدا يختفي، شوفوا الحين يختفي عشان تعرفون ابو فانوس. في واحد من الشباب شوف ولع، ولع ثاني، شوفوا هذا الجن ابو فانوس، قسم برب الكعبه انه جن ابو فانوس، حلفت لكم بالله. شفتوا هذا ابو فانوس، شوف قاعد يكبس. طلعوا الشله، طلعوا، شفتوهم ابو فانوس. في واحد.
Abu Fanu is a light that is said to appear at night, moving slowly across the land. In local belief, it is linked to jinn and thought to mislead travelers. People say it can pull them off their path and toward danger, such as pits, rough terrain, or complete disorientation. Some even claim that following the light has caused people to become lost and exhausted. But how can we be sure it's really an Abu Fanu, or if it's just something else entirely? A group was traveling through a desert when they recorded this video. A massive sandstorm was approaching quickly. Sandstorms can be extremely dangerous. They reduce visibility to almost zero, can make it impossible to navigate, and carry debris that can cause injury or damage vehicles. Being caught in one unprepared can be life-threatening. The video provides no further context. Did they leave on time? Did they wait in the car? What happened next? We don't know. About 1 year ago, a man living in the high desert of Southern California noticed a figure early in the morning. It was walking beyond his property line, around 5 acres away. The figure appeared unusually large, estimated at 7 to 8 feet tall. Due to the distance, no clear features were visible. It appeared male and moved with a heavy stomping gait. The man went outside to observe and raised his phone. The figure then turned in his direction. He took a photo and went inside to inform his wife. When both returned outside, the figure was seen moving toward the nearby hills. They were confused. What was anyone doing around there in the middle of the desert? In February 2010, the McStay family suddenly vanished from their home in Fallbrook, California. Joseph McStay, his wife Summer, and their 2 young sons were last seen on February 4th. Inside the house, everything appeared normal. There were no signs of forced entry, no struggle, and no evidence the family had planned a trip. Food was still in the kitchen. The family dogs were found wandering outside the home days later. At first, investigators were unsure whether the family had left voluntarily or met with foul play. A few days after their disappearance, the McStay family's Isuzu Trooper was discovered abandoned near the US-Mexico border. Soon after, grainy surveillance footage surfaced showing what appeared to be the family of 4 crossing into Mexico. With no clear proof of a crime, the case stalled. For years, theories ranged from voluntary relocation to cartel involvement. The McStay's relatives, however, insisted the family would never have left without telling anyone. Then, nearly 4 years later, the case took a devastating turn. In November 2013, construction workers in the Mojave Desert uncovered 2 shallow graves. Inside were the remains of 4 people. DNA testing confirmed the remains belonged to Joseph, Summer, and their 2 sons. A sledgehammer found near the graves was believed to be the murder weapon. Investigators focused on Chase Merritt, Joseph McStay's business associate and former partner. Evidence presented at trial showed Merritt was struggling financially and had allegedly embezzled money from their business. Prosecutors also presented phone records placing Merritt near the McStay home on the night the family vanished, and surveillance showing him near the desert burial site. In 2019, after a lengthy trial, Chase Merritt was convicted of 4 counts of first-degree murder. He was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. Merritt has continued to deny responsibility. A man was out walking late at night near Las Vegas when he captured this: a large scorpion. When illuminated with a black light, the scorpion appears bright and almost neon. Scorpions don't emit light on their own. Instead, their outer shell reacts to ultraviolet light and reflects it, creating the glowing effect. This reaction makes scorpions much easier to spot in the desert at night. Definitely a cool and slightly eerie thing to see. Deep in Turkmenistan's Karakum Desert lies the Darvaza gas crater. It's a massive pit that has been burning for over 50 years. The fire began in the early 1970s after a gas field collapsed during drilling. Engineers set the gas on fire, expecting it to burn out in a few weeks, but the underground methane supply kept feeding the flames. In November 2013, Canadian explorer George Coronis became the first person to descend into the crater. The higher-risk mission required careful planning and heavy protective gear due to extreme heat and toxic gases. He successfully made it in and out alive. While out on a hike, this person noticed a strange shape high up in the sky. The object had sharp, angular edges and didn't resemble the more common saucer or orb sightings. It appeared to hover in place with no visible means of propulsion. No sound could be heard, and the object didn't drift or wobble, remaining perfectly steady throughout the recording. A cave explorer shared terrifying footage recorded inside an unexplored cave system. As he made his way through the tunnels, everything seemed normal. Until, without warning, he heard this.
Hello? Oh my god. Oh my god. Fuck. I gotta go.
The sound doesn't match common cave noises such as dripping water, airflow, or known animal calls. No source of the noise is visible on camera. According to the explorer, the sound didn't appear to come from wildlife. He described it as humanoid, but definitely not human. As the recording continues, the sound grows louder and closer. The footage ends abruptly, with no further visual information. Skeptics claim the video is fake. Others believe it may be evidence that something unknown could be living deep within these cave systems. In 1960, a quiet stretch of the Arizona desert became the scene of a haunting discovery. A schoolteacher walking near Sand Creek Wash, close to the town of Congress, Arizona, came across the remains of a young girl. No one knew who she was. With no name, no matching missing person report, and few leads to follow, investigators gave her a temporary identity: Little Miss Nobody. For decades, her case became one of Arizona's most heartbreaking mysteries. Despite extensive efforts, investigators were unable to determine who she was. Then, more than 60 years later, advances in forensic science finally reopened the door. In 2022, investigators used modern DNA technology and genetic genealogy to identify the child. Her name was Sharon Lee Gallegos. Sharon was just 4 years old, and she was from New Mexico. On July 21st, 1960, Sharon was playing in her grandmother's backyard in Alamogordo when she was taken. Witnesses reported seeing her leave with a woman, possibly accompanied by a man, but at the time no clear suspect was identified. 10 days later, on July 31st, 1960, Sharon's remains were found in the Arizona desert, more than 500 miles from her hometown. The distance between where she vanished and where she was found only deepened the mystery. While Sharon finally has her name back, justice has not yet followed. Her death remains under investigation and no arrests have been announced. After more than 6 decades, Little Miss Nobody was no longer nobody. But the search for answers continues. Now, if you're enjoying my videos, please consider subscribing to the channel. Your support helps me creating new stories every week, and it means the world to me. Thank you so much for watching. A group of people were walking through the Arabian desert. The area was empty and completely silent. Then, suddenly, they noticed something.
هذا أبو فانوس قد حين صبح عاد هيبي يلعب علينا. نحن بك ما لعبها أنت علينا بالليل بتلعب علينا صبح. كان هدرنا نحن نصور هذا كذا. هذا أقبل علينا مدبر ذا علينا موتر مدبر. هذا الحين أعطانا جهة.
يلا بنجيك الحين جايين. يا مسخرة.
مسكين يا عوينه. خبل نحن خبلان نلحق لا تكبس ولا شيء. ما معك فايدة. يا دزام بس الله ما كان يبي يقرب منا. أبي دير الحين بيعطينا مقفاه.
In the distance, a bright light appeared. The group stopped and watched from where they stood, unable to determine its source. After a short time, the light began to fade, and then vanished entirely. No clear explanation for what they witnessed that day was ever found. A Reddit user found a spiral notebook laying in the middle of a desert. Inside were college notes, but the last page stood out. It read, "If you see this, you mean a lot to me. You have been a huge part of my life and experiences while in college. You have made most of my college amazing and memorable. You are much appreciated and loved by me. This is just a message for my passwords, electronics, people to contact." Below that was a list of contacts, along with references to passwords and devices. There was also a brief section listing 3 people involved in an incident, written in a noticeably different style. It read, "Person 1, mom of child provoking incident. Person 2, confronting mom. Person 3, other member of person 2's party." Online, many believed it could be a farewell note and urged the finder to contact authorities, and they did. In a follow-up post, the Reddit user explained that police took the notebook as evidence. Later, one of the listed contacts confirmed that the notebook's owner was alive and safe. It turned out to be nothing, but it was a good thing authorities were informed. What if it was something bad? While hiking alone in the courthouse wash area of Arches National Park, a man stepped onto what looked like solid ground. But in an instant, it gave way. His legs sank deep into wet sand, tightening around him as he struggled. The more he moved, the worse it became. Within moments, he was trapped, unable to pull himself free. As temperatures dropped and the sun began to set, the situation became dangerous. Spending the night exposed in the desert, cold, wasn't an option. He managed to activate his GPS satellite messenger and sent out an emergency SOS. Search and rescue teams responded quickly, using a drone to locate him in the vast landscape. When they reached him, the sand kept collapsing back into the hole as they dug, making the rescue difficult. After nearly 2 hours, rescuers finally freed him. He was cold, exhausted, but unharmed. Park officials later warned hikers that quicksand can form after moisture builds up in desert washes, and stressed the importance of carrying emergency devices, because sometimes the ground beneath you isn't as solid as it looks. One afternoon, this person was out for a walk when they noticed a strange sight in the sky.
Some beautiful clouds. Beautiful clouds. Are they clouds or are they UFO? UFO maybe, huh? Maybe they're UFO. Wow. Wow.
Two disc-like shapes appeared in the clouds, facing opposite directions and tilted away from each other. Their unusual shape and colour led many viewers to speculate about hidden aircraft, or even an otherworldly presence. Experts, however, point to a natural explanation. Lenticular clouds can form when moist air flows over mountains. These clouds often take on smooth, lens-like shapes and can look unfamiliar, or even artificial, at first glance. This photo was captured in Galveston, Texas, in a fairly deserted, marshy part of the West End, and posted by someone on the internet. It's a raw IR game camera photo, taken around 2016 by the poster's neighbour. The image was never publicly shared, only on a private Facebook account, which gave the poster confidence that it was genuine. For years, the poster and their high school friends had been sitting on this photo, unsure of what they were seeing. Even after sharing it online, they still received no answers to this mystery. This wondrous meteor crater lies in northern Arizona. It measures nearly 1 mile across and drops more than 500 feet deep. For decades, scientists believed it was formed by volcanic forces. That view changed in the 1960s when research confirmed the crater was created by an asteroid impact around 50,000 years ago. At the time of impact, large prehistoric animals roamed the region. The collision released an estimated 10 megatons of energy, the equivalent of more than 20 million tons of TNT. The blast instantly vaporized the asteroid, generated temperatures hotter than the surface of the sun, and sent shockwaves powerful enough to flatten everything within miles. It became the first location on Earth where an impact from outer space was scientifically confirmed. Somewhere deep in the desert of South Las Vegas, someone came across a truly unsettling sight. In the middle of nowhere stood an abandoned Chuck E. Cheese animatronic, completely alone. The area is mostly empty and is occasionally used for shooting practice. The animatronic appears damaged and heavily weathered, suggesting it had been left there for a long time. No confirmed details explain how or why it ended up there, but it definitely gives off some seriously creepy vibes. The Exploring with Bear team ventured into a remote desert area near the Mexican border late at night. As they moved through the rocky terrain, they began noticing strange structures and holes scattered around them and decided to investigate.
Oh, look at this hole. Nothing going on. I'm going to be chucking rocks.
Oh my gosh.
Look at this hole. This is weird. It's like people's been here digging. These are like dug holes. Any snakies? Look at this hole.
You and your fascination with holes.
Yeah. I love them. Look at this one. Whoa. What is doing this?
An animal?
There's tracks in here.
Jerry, don't go in there.
There's a lizard just went scooting up in there.
Oh my gosh.
Not long after, they started hearing something and noticing movement around them.
Did you hear? Oh, there's sort of a little hole. See these all little weird things all over? What is going on with that? Whoa.
I know, there was something very true.
Whoa.
Come on, Jerry, let's go back, please.
Where'd you hear it from? Over here?
I didn't hear it. I saw it. I saw it move.
You saw it move?
Yeah.
Over here?
Yes.
Well, let me go first then.
Oh my gosh, what if it's a room?
Well, let's look. Where'd you see it? Where'd you see it?
These things.
Right here.
And that way.
It moved coming down here? Like where we're going?
Yeah, to the right.
The sounds followed their path and stayed close as they made their way back to the car.
Ooh, did I just see eyes? I heard that. Did you hear that? I feel like there's something in here. There's something that moved in here last time we was here. That's right. Right in this thing. Right in there somewhere. Can see houses out there in the distance now. So we're getting back to where we need to be. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, hold on, Duber. Hold on, what was that?
Jerry.
Hold on. Hold on.
Something's following us.
Okay. We're okay. Man, that's like a den. Whoa. That's like a den.
Something's in there.
Doesn't it look like some kind of den?
There's something smiling.
As they neared the vehicle, they spotted movement below a nearby ridge.
What was it?
A what? Man, we're up there pretty high right now. What is that right there? Get your light down there. Like where mine's at.
Here.
I just seen something big moving down in there. Like right below the, see that edge? It's like right on the other side of that edge. Here, go. Go, 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 go.
Are you serious?
Go, yeah, there's something big right down there. Go.
Run?
Go, go. I don't know if you should run. Just go. Here, let me go. Okay, yeah, go, 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 go. It's like a big black freaking... I didn't think there were bears out here, but that was big. And look, there's an edge. It could be right, we can't see it. Go, 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 go.
Fortunately, they reached their car in time and were able to leave the area safely. And to watch more intriguing encounters like these, just watch this next video.